Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you're doing well. Looks good. Glad to see so many fantastic people already here, despite other streams and stuff going on for the moment. But that's alright, you guys get to be the early birds. Good to see good Rummy Boy in here. Lefty will be back, just going to eat. Nice. Benny's Aquatics, good morning. No worries, enjoy school. Chevy, good to see you as well. Hey Shep, streaming from work, the best kind of work to do. Glad to have you here. Crown Tail Half Moon, how you going? John Cox, nice to see you as well. Hey Laz, good morning. Hopefully you're going well too. Maddie D, hello, long time no speak. Nadia, how's it going? And Garami Boy, look, it doesn't matter, you know. It's not like you put one plant in a tank and you don't need to do plants anymore. There's plenty of variety and you know, we get a whole different crowd, so you're allowed to do similar streams. I think there's just as much shenanigans to be had and all those things. Somebody's texting me right now. What is it? Probably not important. It's not important. Cool. Alright. So, yeah, we do have another ranking game this morning. Another hour of power, and should be fun. Always enjoy doing these. What's the time here? 8 AM for me. Yeah, so been up for a couple of hours, got the kids ready, out to childcare, so we're ready to rock and roll. I've had my cup of coffee here from my Harry Potter invisibility cloak style mug here, so as you can see, very mysterious. What could it be? Hashtag not sponsored. I do really enjoy that effect though, so if you see my face disappear at points, it's me having a coffee. Loving the aquascape behind me. How long did it take to get look like that? That's been a work in progress for a long time. You know, say for example this Ludwigia repens here, that might have been the longest, maybe a year or so, but I just sort of heavy trim it, and then things like the Apontigate and Crispus right here, that will grow and melt back and grow and melt back, so it's been an interesting one to watch over time. I used to have a carpet of pearlweed at the front, but then it got so big that it actually lifted itself up out of the water, so now we got the blixer happening there. They also do lift themselves up out of the water occasionally, but I would say that's a tough one to answer because I change it up so often that you know, if I get a spare plant or a plant seems to do pretty well, then I'll swap it in and out and so on. So the tank has actually been running with the same soil. It's got to be 2 years now, maybe longer, just with the top up if I got some new soil. Yeah, potentially, Grammy Boy. I'm considering it, no worries. Alright, I've got to go do cello practice for school. That's okay, enjoy. Dan Keeping Fish, good to see you as well. Good morning, how you doing? Playing in the telehandler, so just listening in. Fancy, fancy. Bit of a Manitou, something like that. G'day Cody son, Mickham, how you going? Hopefully everyone's well. Let me know if the sick tunes are a bit too loud. I say that condescendingly, but let me know if they're loud. I really have no idea what volume they're on, so for me it sounds really loud, and then I look at a previous stream and you can't hear it at all. So we'll I like to just have it there whilst I read, particularly the ranks and things like that, so just saves a bit of dead air, so hopefully that's okay. G'day Bob Kayla, good to see you, and Jesse from HC Aqua. Are you using CO2 or CO2 Bell? Have you used them? I don't know what CO2 Bell is, but yeah, I inject CO2 into 5 or 6 tanks now, so I love it. There's no substitute as far as I'm concerned, and yes, it is a bit confusing at first and there's a bit of an upfront cost, but honestly, once you have it going, it's so easy to get it going in multiple tanks, and the results just speak for themselves. Awesome, Dan. Yeah, we'll jump into it fairly quickly. I'll just we don't want to waste up too much of our hour. We want to rip straight into the game. Sand Creek Aquatics 2, how you going, Amy? Hopefully you're going well too. Indoor fishing inside. Yo, what up? What up to you, sir? I assume, sir. It's always hard to tell with screen names. Raven Thomas, how you going? Perfect. So I think, yeah, I just wanted to get a few people in before I explain the rules and stuff, just in case it's a new game to some people, although there's a lot of familiar faces here, so potentially not. Alright, also I'm on top chat, so that's a good thing to figure out now. No, I don't think his Siamese alligator wouldn't eat a neon tetra. Bell is like a container you push CO2 into from a can. Oh, like those DIY upside down like soda or soft drink bottles, and you put a little piece of styrofoam in there or whatever. Yeah, okay. That's a really cool video that that Corey did once, of that fish store that was no water changes ever, or whatever it was. Pretty inspiring. I will give that a go one day, but for now I just inject CO2 the old school way. Oh wait, the 90s. Tunes make me want to go back to the 80s, yeah. I will credit, they are copyright free. It's a copyright free playlist from Spotify by Alpha Gaming. They're just a really good technology and streaming channel, so they just have a good playlist that you can just run in the background. So if anybody's looking after that, the artist name is Harris Heller on Spotify. No worries, Matty D. Enjoy work. A new game, yeah, Moonstone. Strap in. We're gonna get ready very, very shortly. Good to see everyone getting acquainted. Alright, I love it. Alright, so let's we'll shoot over now. So if this screen is a new screen to you, I'll quickly run through how this rolls. Don't listen to Densely. I don't cheat at all. I'm 100% fair, not corrupt, unbiased, and yeah, we take this game 100% seriously, because the flow and effect from this ranking game, you know, just affects the worldwide popularity of fish, and in this case plants. So you will find that unfortunately if a plant does make it to the F tier, it will never probably be sold again in the aquarium trade, which is sad, but you know, that's the level of seriousness that these ranking games have. So yeah, we definitely don't encourage shenanigans, or no, there's more shenanigans encouraged than ever. So the cheating part's the best part. So basically how it works is, for now, just consider A to F the schoolyard system. So you get your grades back. If it's an A, you proudly tell your parents. If it's an F, you hide it under your pillow until your parents, you know, until the coast is clear. So A to F is in that order, A being the best, F being the worst. S we reserve for superior type, in this case plants. So really, I don't give an S if it's about 50% S. It has to be sort of upper 70%, 60%, something like that. Really has to be that upper echelon of plant to make it into the S tier. And some people are aware that we have played the plant game before, but it was in a different time slot. So it was one of the most well received ranking games that I've done, so I did want to repeat it to see what the reception would be in this time slot, because for the most part we have a totally different crowd of people here, and we have done a community fish ranking game in both time slots and they were very, very different. So I enjoy that contrast and just checking out the psychology of the different crowds. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all it is. So you'll see that, let me bring up the large slideshow doohickey. Is it there? Yep. So you'll see there's a larger slideshow here that will display different plants, and then I'll also bring up the smaller ones which we'll put on the chart here. So this is, for example, Buchaphalandra, as people pronounce it. So I'll basically run through just some quick info on the plant, and then we'll just place it. So feel free to drop in the comments a letter between S and F, just based on anything. We don't really have criteria. A lot of times people say, what are we ranking it based on? Just gut feel, vibe, ear experience. Pretty casual. There's no right or wrong answers, and slacking. I'll let you say that, Dan. new subscriber, welcome to the club. Susan from SLC Aquatics, good to have you. You'll notice occasionally things will pop up on the screen. And yeah, really great to have you. Thanks for subscribing. So, yeah, of course, this one here is Buchaphalandra. We have a rhizome plant here, so you don't necessarily plant it in the substrate. You can attach it to everything. And yeah, it's a really unique looking one. There's thousands and thousands of varieties of Buse, but I guess the downside is that for the most part they're being collected from the wild faster than they can reproduce, so there is a bit of a conservation issue there with wild grown Buse. So there's a consciousness out there that maybe we shouldn't encourage people to have this plant in the hobby. So let me know down below where you think Buse should be on this list, and we shall rank it accordingly. Whilst we do that, I just recognise some new faces as well that have come in here. So Alice KH, how you going? Good to see you. John Cox, I thought I'd mentioned you before, but if I haven't, good morning to you. Susan's here as well, thanks for subscribing, appreciate that. Guppy Guru, how you going? Cody-san, good crowd in here, so I'm happy with that. Very good to see so many good faces in here. Alright, so we have a consistent ranking of A's early up. Densely S. A, the rest is A, and Cody-san drops an A down. Sweet. But how do you make dwarf sage carpet? Highlight for the most part. A lot of plants that are carpeting plants, it's very difficult to achieve with a tall tank or low light. So if you're finding that your plants are going to want to reach up to the top of the surface, that's an indicator that you don't have enough light going on. Similarly, if they're all stringy and yeah, just generally unhappy. Alrighty, so we have the consistent voting for that one, fairly simple. A, that's a nice straightforward one. B for slower growth. Yeah, that is a great point. Just like the Anubias and a lot of the rhizome plants, maybe Java Fern's the exception. They are pretty slow grower. Did I just say a lot of the Anubias? I meant rhizome plants. If I don't know what I'm saying. It's pretty early in the morning here. Next plant. Pink Flamingo Crypt. So, a crypt that was super popular maybe 12-24 months ago because it just came on the market. But it seems pretty plentiful now. Under highlight and CO2 you'll get an interesting pink colour to it. So as you can see, it's a unique colour, so obviously popular in aquascaping. So being a crypt, it will experience things like melt, but it also does super well immerse grain. What you want to do is just jam root tabs, all the root tabs, every root tab right underneath it, and you'll have success with Flamingo crypts. And yeah, let me know what you think about crypts, particularly the Flamingo crypt. Alrighty, the newsletter is out, Susan. Don't think I got an email. Amy, did you open your newsletter? Okay. Nice crypt, B for melting. Fair call. Yeah, so there's absolutely no right or wrong answer, but I do love a bit of context, particularly if if everybody's saying F and then you drop an S, or if everybody's saying A and you drop an F. It's always enjoyable to know why, and yeah, it's certainly not encouraged, that's for sure. Alright, A. If it's for pink types, CB, crypts in general, A. We do have 3 crypts on this list, so we'll give it a B, I suppose. Dan, for you? SA, yes. Alright, so for the most part we've got 3 A's, a B, an S and an A, so another nice simple one. I did notice that last time I played this game, it was very much a top heavy game, which is kind of interesting. Actually, who was it? Garami Boy perhaps asking about carpeting a plant, not necessarily in low light, that was kind of my assumption, but if you do want to carpet a plant in low light conditions, this is the one to do it. Crypt Parva even in highlight conditions in CO2, sometimes it can be a pain to actually get in and maintain plants that are provided everything. So Crypt Parva is a great one because you can actually get it to carpet and you don't actually have to do a lot of maintenance on it. I'm a big fan of this plant here as a great option for low-tech or high-tech carpeting plants. But yeah, really nice bright green coloration. Does sort of have that grassy texture to it with those thin leaves, and being a crypt, yeah, it's not going to get out of control on you. So Lefty with an F, love it. First F of the day, perhaps. Let me know why. What's happened in your past with Crypt Parva? C, grows too slow to carpet. Oh yeah, definitely. It's not one to do, you know, at the nth hour. That's for sure. You'll have to give it years and years if you've got a decent sized tank. Or you could just be rich, I guess, and buy like 2 million pots of it. Crypt Parva, one of the best crypts. A. B+, nice. Well, what do we have here? Yashtag 777, good to see you here for another ranking game. Taters, I haven't seen Taters for so long. How are you, my friend? Greetings from Denmark. I was worried about you. Hopefully everything's all good and you've been just in the background, but long time no see, Taters. Good to have you. Hashtag dropping an A, Mickin with an S. Love it. Love it. Alright, so we might have straight A's so far. Not what's the word? Certainly not similar to my report card growing up, but looks like early days we might have straight A's. Let me just cross-reference that. C-A-B-A-S-A. Yeah, we could have straight A's, I think. That's a shame, Alice. Laggy interwebs. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully it's not on my end, but I'm sure that people would have let me know by now if it was. Alright. Plants ranking game, yeah. Yeah, Hashtag's a big fan. I want to actually just randomize this plant thingy. So just quickly let me hit a button. Oh, it is supposed to be randomized. Well, that's interesting. Alright. That one I should be able to easily identify. Another one that is going to love a nice root tab directly at the base of it. We have Velocenaria. The only Velocenaria on the list, so consider this if you are a big fan of, I guess, spiral val or corkscrew val, thin val, jungle val, Italian val, tiger val. I know a lot of these are the same plant and just different marketing ploys for the plant, but in general, a really great plant. I think a lot of beginners love a bit of val because it's kind of that quintessential aquarium looking plant, with that sort of like seaweed, long grassy sort of effect. And I do think that it is good. Basically put it on the flow side, maybe of the output of your canister filter or something like that, and just let it blow the top in that line, and I think that is a great effect. But I mean, if you want to try and control it, just give up, because those runners it sends will just go everywhere and eventually choke out a lot of other things in the vicinity. So once again, all the root tabs, every root tab, 100% root tab at the bottom of it, and happy days. Pink Flamingo should have been S. Yeah, I don't know. Judging by last time, we'll have a few in the S tier anyway, so we'll see how we go. I have Dwarf Sage with my Anubias and Amazon Sword. You said the Sage will like highlight. My light is adjustable. Would high setting hurt the Anubias and swords? Not necessarily the swords, but yeah, try and shade the Anubias underneath maybe some of the sword leaves or something like that. Otherwise you might find that blackbeard algae and stuff sets in. Alrighty, ASA, BB, AB. It grows too large for most tanks, yeah. Yep. SBA, I love it, but it grows huge. B, I like all aquarium plants, me too. It's, oh, not all of them. Not all of them. But there is an application for most of them anyway. If you don't have shrimp snails to keep the algae in check, could cause problems, but won't hurt them unless the algae takes over. Yep. Alright, I think we have our first non-A of the evening. We have a B for Val. B will take over the whole tank, but easy to cut and care. Yeah, that's a great point. It's not like stem plants where if you cut a piece of Rotala at the height that you want, at that node it will actually split 2 extras and then you'll have, twice the problem. Velocenaria, if you cut it at a point, that point just never grows again, so it will grow down and shoot across, but it won't actually grow higher than the point that you cut it at that leaf or extension, so that's pretty handy. Can achieve an excellent look with good hardscape and just this plant, it's cool. Yeah, you can certainly, if you're going to go for a riverbed style look, then this is the one to choose, that's for sure. Alright, first floating plant of the evening, we have water lettuce. Taters, welcome to level 1. You better should do a flip in a minute. Good to have you, and hopefully you enjoy a bit of a behind the scenes. I try and do one a week, just, if I have new fry or whatever, things that I wouldn't normally make into a video, I put in the behind the scenes. So good to have you, and hopefully the value is returned plus more, so check it out. And enjoy your custom emojis too. You should have a lot of fun there. Alright, so yeah, water lettuce. What do we need to know about water lettuce? First of all, the root system is prolific and a great natural spawning mob for things like rainbows, pseudomogils, and rice fish and all those sort of things. The downside is that when water lettuce decides that it's had enough, and it decides that it's had enough pretty regularly, it just turns that root system into a pile of mush, makes a mess of everything, and it's just kind of a real nightmare when your water lettuce is dying on you. So they also kind of die in any sort of flow, or if water gets into the middle of the rosette, so it can be a bit of a nightmare as it's transitioning its way out. It's really, really hard to grow inside as well, yeah. Crown Tail points that out. You basically need to grow it outside in a pond. See water lettuce, at least it's easy to remove. Yeah, except when all the roots have dropped off it and you need to sort of net it out, or... yeah, I've been through that. For tanks C, due to needing water level down. For ponds A. Yep. F won't grow for me unless outdoors, then it freezes. Yeah, I brought a few pieces inside just to kind of salvage it, try and survive through winter, and I might have one piece left, and it's a small one, so I hope that survives for the next couple of months and we can put it outside again. Otherwise I'll just have to buy it every spring. Yeah, spring. CC, B, CC, B, B, C. Needs sunlight, yep. CAD, CA. Nice. Alright, judging by that, I think we have our first in the category of C. So, there we go. Nice bit of diversity here. That does kind of annoy me that it snaps at either one, but we'll live through that. Maybe we can just go directly underneath. Couple of late A's. Who doesn't like a bit of Aussie fish tubing? I don't know. Nobody I've ever spoken with, that's for sure. Yours is doing great, Hashtag. What's the secret? What's the secret? You got like an indoor patio pond or something? Anywho, next one on the list. We seem to be going for the heavy root feeders early in this ranking game, but we have a classic, the Amazon sword. Another one where you just put 1.5 billion root tabs at the base of it to keep it happy, but you'll get some really nice broad leaves. If you've ever let one establish in an aquarium and then tried to remove it, however, you'll notice that the root system is the entire base of the aquarium, so be mindful that the roots of this plant goes everywhere, and that can be a problem if you're trying to remove it. Taters with a massive super chat, I assume, I'm not sure. I think, what's DKK? Crones? I don't know what that currency is called. Danish crones, there you go. Thanks so much, that's amazing. Yeah, that's so generous. So I'm glad that you are enjoying yourself enough to, first of all, sign up as a member and then drop 100 crones on us. So yeah, thanks, really appreciate that support, and as always, it will certainly be reinvested in fishy nonsense. So I'm looking forward to finding out what that equals in Australian dollar it is first. No, that's really awesome. I appreciate it. Alright. ASC CSC. Hey Zen, good to have you here as well. $10. Oh, any $1 is super generous, so it's all appreciated. It looks impressive. 100. I really don't know what to say. I'm so awkward about money things. So yeah, I'm totally frazzled now. All right, we got a mixture of C's and S's and a B. $22. Oh, that's super generous. That might be the biggest super chat I've ever got. So you might be the title holder now, Taters. Super generous. Absolute legend. 20 Aussie. Alright, sweet. Yeah, it's really awesome. How many Aussies are a pound? Oh geez, I have no idea. Thanks for everybody googling that. Alright, so yeah, the roots are extensive, and actually Taters, typically when people super chat, it's because they want a plant at a certain ranking. So I guess keep that in your back pocket, and you can let me know where you want a certain plant. Maybe if you've got a favorite or something, it could go either up to S, or if you've got an arch nemesis, we could go down to F. Are you reading Amazon Sword, and on what basis? Yeah, just on general vibe, experience. Sort of discuss some of the pros and cons. Pros being that that really nice big lush broad leaf system. Also a lot of angelfish and discus and the like to spawn on Amazon Swords, so that's kind of good. Downside being the huge root system that grows if you ever want to try and remove it out, and that can also choke out root systems of other plants occasionally. Also, it'll just rip the nutrients out of any substrate. So saw your comment about having a wrench now to torture me with just in a replay. That's dead. Perfect. Alright, so we landed somewhere between S and D, so I think general vibe allows that to go to the B. Plecos chew it. Oh, that's another great point. Yeah, even bristlenose love to munch down an Amazon sword. Yeah, Zen, you might have been the first ever wrench I gave out, so Zen has all the power in here. You should be careful there, Dan. Next one on the list. Ooh, Anacris, also known as Elodia. Kind of, if you want a really cliche tank, get some goldfish and Anacris and put them in a bowl with rainbow gravel if you like. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the look of Anacris. I mean, just like any plants, there's nutrient uptake and other advantages to any plant, but if there was 10 plants in a store, I'd probably pick up an Acris 10th. But, you know, some people might be a fan. We'll see. Man Giant. I'll just let you know, Man Giant. I sort of see what you're doing there, but we try and discourage chat spamming. Just let everybody have a say. We're all equals in here. Except for the Zen Ginger, who has all the power. Yeah, you did get a wrench before I even streamed. That was because I was so nervous of what real life people on the interwebs would do to me if I went live. I needed your protection. Name any light green solitary large leaf plant looking like the Amazon. I guess there are none. Name any light green solitary large leaf plant looking like the Amazon. What about, what's that? I can't remember the name. It's the type of Hygrophila. Blue, maybe blue stricta. They have big large leaves. Not necessarily similar to the Amazon sword, but it's a hard one to think up on the spot. Alrighty. We started off with a few Fs, which I don't mind. A from Alice. They grow so fast. Okay. DD. B. E. D. 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 Well, I should bring it up on the screen first. Fs, E's and D's will probably land in the E. E for Elodia. I think I noticed a few others started to... Aqua. Yeah, I thought I noticed some Australians in here. Where is that? I can't read anymore. There you go, Acclimate. I thought I saw Bodgy in here. Maybe I was just dreaming. That might have also been a factor then. This is why the swords stick out. Yeah. What about like a Crypt Parva? One of them. They're not bad. A Pontigate Crispus. There you go. Let me go back to my other screen. That one. That one there. And that's the blue stricta I was talking about. What about those two? They're kind of in the ballpark. The Pontigate Crispus. Hygrophila. What's that called? Anyway. Not super important, but Crypt Parva is a good one. That's a bulb plant, so that won't have the crazy root system. Mosses. Ooh, I think there's a few. Yeah, there's a couple of mosses on here. One and a pseudo moss. I have to go do my work. No worries, Benny. It's all good. I've given so much away. Everybody really likes it. Yeah, I mean, it's a staple, but I just think there's better options out there, personally. I'm not upset about Elodia being an E. Nature Girl, how you going? Good to see you in here. Speaking of nature, our next plant on the list, Anubius Cofferfolia. So this is one of the larger Anubias, and the unique thing about this is sort of those ridges on the leaf system. Kind of going to get more of a dark color, more close, I guess, to a lot of the Buchaphalandras. So potentially a more sustainable way to achieve the look of Buse. And Acris falls apart in my water. I hate it. So it's going to also be like other Anubiases, whereby it's a slower grower, so you're not going to have to really maintain it that much. And yeah, you don't need to keep it in too high light either. So pretty hardy. Balancy, not that hardy leaves as a sword. Yeah, fair call. Hey, I like Amazon swords. I've got the standard one. I've got the red melon. I've got another red one. And another mystery one that I got in a mystery box, funnily enough. So, they've got like 4 different types of swords, and then inevitably the runners come out and you get like 1 billion little pups there, and you take those off. And if you see my fish room, you know I have those terracotta pots everywhere, so quite a few little Amazon sword pups make their way in there. It was the first plant I purchased to restart my fish tank. Lives through winter in outdoor tubs and removes nitrogen. Yep. Alright, so Anubius Cofferfolia looks fairly consistent there in the A. I like it. I might just skip through a couple because it looks like there's a couple more Anubiases. So everybody close your eyes. Don't look. Keep it a secret. Alright, how's this one? This is a banana lily, named because the roots kind of look like a hand of bananas, which is the plural for bananas. A hand of bananas coming out of the bottom of it. Being a lily, it's going to want to send pads up to the surface, but if you're really diligent, you can sort of trim it and maintain it so that the leaves stay under the water. Kind of mixed opinions on that one. Some people think that it looks kind of weird in the aquarium. Others think that it looks kind of unique and cool. We'll let you decide. Guess swords don't thrive in hard water. Leaves drop, make perfect mulm and slight barriers for opistos. Yeah, cool. That was terrible reading, but sight barriers for opistos. DKS signing up. Welcome to membership, Dan. Enjoy your fancy fishbowl icon. Enjoy that betta doing a flip up there. Welcome to the club. Actually, I did a bit of a behind the scenes last night. So yeah, check that out. We got a few fry happening around here, so pretty happy with that. And this morning I noticed emerald Rasbora Fry, which is super exciting because just a quick story time here. For how long now? Maybe a month. I've had 2 hang-on breeder boxes, and I haven't enjoyed doing this because I feel like it's a bit too long, but I really want to make as many emerald Rasboras as I have CPDs. Actually, the behind the scenes also covered my CPD tank, which I reckon it has to have 150 CPDs in there now, and they're just going gangbusters. But the emerald Rasboras I've maybe made 10, 12, something like that, which is still better than none. But so I've had the emerald Rasbora crew swapping from breeder box to try and get the eggs happening, and last night I just gave up and I just took the adults out, put them in the tank where they usually live. And then I was walking past the breeder box this morning and I noticed the thing about CPDs and emerald Rasboras is the babies cling to the side of it, so all up and down there's just babies sort of hanging like bats. So pretty cool to see. Maybe I'll shoot the camera at that today and show you, but yeah, always happy to see new fry in the fish room. So that all started from Dan signing up, so thanks for your support and enjoy membership, Dan. Alrighty, so we had a good consistent ranks for the banana lily. We have a lot of B's and C's, so I think the general consensus there is a C. Hooray, story time. Yeah, I can't put a time code for you to skip it to because we're live. Total Tropicals, good morning, how you going? Yeah, no worries mate, I'll just start it again. We're at 2/3 of the way through. Actually, just you hang around, just give me 20 minutes and then I'll do a private ranking game for you, Total Tropicals. Good to have you in there. Too many good times not to contribute. Well, I'm happy for that. I have the good times myself, so we've done those, haven't we? What about this crypt? There we go. Crypt Wentii, species brown. One of my absolute favorites. You might notice it was made the top 4 on my list of favorite plants on the Otter Creek Aquatics collab, so I rank it highly. But yeah, Crypt Wentii, species brown. With all crypts, you got to be mindful of crypt melt, so don't panic, don't pull the roots out, just let it sort of have its little mental breakdown, and then it'll come back bigger and better than ever. Really nice autumnal sort of color palette that you can get into your aquarium. I should have been an interior designer. Did you hear that? Autumnal color palette. Who even says that? I don't know. That's what happens when you wake up this early. Alright. DACASSABA. So far we got 50% A's, and then Chevy with a C, and then Chevy with an S. The Chevy's to the levy. Sorry, you probably hate that. I hate myself for doing that. It can also go brackish. Oh, that's a great little tidbit. Why is it brown? Why not? I don't know. It doesn't need high light to be brown or anything like that. Just that's how it rolls. Alright, so judging by that, I'm thinking we got a B. Can you say if you use alum or potassium permanganate on guppy grass, would the plants melt? Unfortunately, I've never actually kept guppy grass, so I wouldn't be sure, and I've also never used alum or potassium permanganate, so perhaps somebody else in the chat might be able to help you, but yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Bit of salt with the guppies years ago, and it did great. Nice. Not good in hard water. I don't know. I only like green and red. Alright, we'll have some plants of both of those varieties coming up soon, Alice. Did great in hard water. Nice. Mapped. Good to see you as well, Mapped. What about this one? Polarizing plant here. Duckweed. If you want it, it's great. If you don't want it, it's the worst thing on earth. Whoa, Dan keeping fish, your wish is thy command. 15 pound super chat. Wenti to S. You know how this game works, Dan. Immediately, the Wenti Brown goes up to the S tier. Amazing. Our first S of the evening. Congratulations. Crypt Wenti Brown. Oh, Tater's throwing down another 100 crones. Can I just interrupt with a personal statement? Aussie fish tubers are underappreciated. Let's change that. But Blake, sorry, Rumble's Fish Room is still my favourite. No! Is Rumble's Fish Room technically an Aussie fish tuber? Isn't he more of a motorbike tuber? Just saying. Nah, he is a great bloke, and he basically connected me with everybody, so I do have him to thank for a lot of this, so certainly no love lost there. And I understand. But very generous Taters, appreciate that as well. And Dan, well done. I'm glad that you did, Dan, because I'm a big fan of Crypt Wenti. I also like the green and red Wenti. S. 2 S's for duckweed early. Interesting. S and F. Perfect. That's exactly the comments we like to see in these ranking games. So why C, Chevy Fish? S it is. Zen, correct. That is exactly how this works. Yeah, super generous. That's really, really appreciated. Angels ate all my duckweed. Rainbow fish also eat a fair bit of duckweed. Awkward. D for duckweed. Can't wait to jump into the fish tubing community. Well, you're in the right place, Ziggs. Good to have you. Are you the Ziggs that messaged me on Instagram the other day? If so, I look forward to seeing you get started. A motorbike and camping. He's losing it. Yes, I'm lurking in the shadows, Taters, ready to steal #1 Ozfish tuber in your opinion. Streety, how you going? Good to see you. appreciate your support yesterday. That was awesome. Did I see Pet Cichlids is uploading again? Certainly did, Total Tropicals. I'm one of the first clicked. Yep. And yeah, here's one yesterday mentioned Aquamate too. I think that was pretty awesome. So he's another great Aussie fish YouTuber. Actually, Aquamate is nearly 1,500 subscribers now, so I think he's only about 20 off. So if you're not on board the Aquamate train yet, I know he's had kind of a bit of a rough week. Mysteriously, people have dropped off, so it would make his day if he woke up this morning and logged in and saw that a few extras had jumped on board. So really high quality content over at the Aquamate channel, and you won't go wrong if you hit a red button underneath Aquamate's name. Alright, so where do we land with the ranking here? Looks like we got a few A's and a few D's. And a C as well. I'm not happy with the E placement. Unfortunately, Alice, I don't make the rules. I just follow them strictly. And oh, well, there you go, Zen. Perth only needs 44 for 1,000, and Josh only needs 20 for 1,500 or something like that. So got a couple of milestones on the doorstep. So if you're not familiar, certainly always have to encourage supporting my Australian brethren. So that would be really cool if you would take a second, open up those links in a new tab, and check them out a bit later. Oh, Taters, you do not understand. You've just made my day. You've made my day 3 times, each time with 100 krona, and then, or krones, I don't know what the correct word is, and then I'm gonna save that comment right there. You might just be my new favorite channel, but only just. I never woke up this morning knowing that this would be the day. I want to thank my family for my support during this time. Is that Duckweed? Jake, correct. We did get a little bit derailed there, which does occasionally happen with these. So somewhere between A and D, which by definition has to be between... Oh, why won't it click on it? Alright, we'll have to go down the actual list. There we go. Between A and D, which means that we have to have it C or B. I think C. Garami Boy Truth, you're probably my favourite Aussie fish tuber, but of all fish tubers, Fish for Thought will never be dethroned. I don't mind it. I like Fish for Thought. Yeah, he does a good job. And the good thing about Fish for Thought is he has unique ideas, and that I think is a bit underrated. Too often these days, kinda you get the same sort of rehashed stuff from everybody, which is bound to happen when you have as many creators as we do. Yeah, Total Tropicals only needs 999 to hit 1k. Nah, 871. Total Tropicals also does some really cool wild rainbow fish videos too, so if you're a rainbow fish fan, show Total Tropicals some love too, even though he does come here and troll me a little bit. Only if you actually don't do that until Total Tropicals admits that Victoria is the superior Australian state. It's such an underrated plant, grows super fast, super hardy. Yeah, I agree. I just don't like the look of it. Fish for Thought is the apex fish tuber. Although, I do have to say as well, there's a certain fella up here on my head who is quite impressive too, and has been doing that for a long time. Duckweed gets a G purely because if you put something from a tank with duckweed into another tank, it spreads. Yeah, it is kind of like the ZV-1 of aquarium plants. Duckweed, love it for max excess nutrient problem solving, worst for removal. Yeah. Alright, we need to have a bit of a speed round here because we've only got 10 minutes to go until Q Aquatics. We got Dwarf Aquarium Lily. What do we think about this? Another lily, but it does sort of have some nice coppery tones to it. So let me know about the Dwarf Aquarium Lily, another bulb plant. So you might receive it just as a bulb, maybe in some peat moss or sphagnum moss, just keeping damp. Triple S for Victoria. Like it. Yeah, that's a good tip, streetwise. I saw through the flower horn has that sort of afro comb thing. Is that a real term? Never, Alice. I use a surface skimmer or a net or a goldfish. Nah, I don't put a goldfish in, but yeah. If you want to like clean your nets, it's good. You just swish them around in the goldfish one, just in case there's a stray piece of duckweed. That's a good idea. Chirp, chirp, go the crickets. Alright, I was going to get you 871 today, but apparently not. Alright, S-A-A-A-B-A-B-A. Looks good in my tank. A, like it. A hair pick, okay. I do get many comments on my hair, but I can't really say that I'm much into maintaining the coif. I just sort of wake up and let it happen. Next we have Dwarf Hairgrass, another carpeting plant option. In my experience it does pretty well. Like, I would suggest get it in some nice light or CO2 initially, and once it sort of starts to spread and carpet, you don't necessarily need to give it too much attention. I have it carpeted out in a no filter, no highlight tank, and it does pretty well. Oh, Lefty breaking the rules, is he? Golly gosh. I'm still the king of killing duckweed, yep. Feel free to come and visit all my tanks and you can take the duckweed with you. Takes forever to carpet, yeah. It does take a little while to get going, but once it does, it seems to do pretty well. And it's a unique texture to the others on the list, perhaps. That's a yeah, cool. Can you please tell me what's wrong with my fish? I put 45 goldfish in my bowl and they are dead. Oh no. Mapped. I think the problem is you didn't put enough rainbow gravel in there. That's always a necessity for goldfish. I'm going to assume that it was maybe a 10 gallon, which I would recommend always half a gallon or less. They prefer less swimming room. They get too stressed. Very tongue-in-cheek, don't take that comment seriously. B, C, B, D. No worries, JH, good to have you. Your tardiness is excused. Ah, thanks, Taters. Yeah, hopefully it shows that I'm just continuing to try and get better and better each video and stream and all that, so I'm glad that's coming across. Thanks for that comment. Alrighty. So we'll drop it up in the sea then. Yeah, they're pretty popular. Another floating plant here we have Amazon Frogbit. Really nice long root system that can be that natural spawning mop, and it doesn't have the degradation issues that water lettuce does. I find it to be a lot more hardy, and it also looks quite different outside versus inside. Outside it gets really super long roots. Inside maybe a little bit more compact. Yeah, Total Tropicals, it's just good old fashioned banter, which I do enjoy. Alright, so what do we think about Amazon Frogbit? Hillside Aquatics and Exotics, love your videos. You're becoming a favourite for sure. Oh, that's so kind. You're all so kind to me, which is really great. I mean, people talk about putting yourself out there on the internet and how everybody should be scared of it, but I have to say, like, it's not just, you know, it's not just blowing smoke or saying it for saying its sake. Like, everybody that I've really come across, or at least like 95%, super positive, and it's just a really great vibe, so I'm really enjoying the ride so far. Duckweed is an F. Oh, do you want to use that? You do have a super chat up your pocket, Taters. Would you like me to move Duckweed to the F for you? Because I will oblige. Fancy Duckweed B. That's a great summation. All right, A S A B. So then we drop it in the A. Outdoors A. A can't get it here though. Nice. All right, we'll keep moving. Oh, we've got a bit of color here. We've got the Rotala Rotala H-Ra, depending on if you want to trigger people or not. But this will get a nice pink, orange hue. Another one that I can use my little autumnal hues line on. But being a Rotala, it's going to be fast growing, going to be easy to maintain, and propagation is as simple as cutting it at any point and replanting. Can I put a T-Rex and an arowana in my goldfish bowl with rainbow gravel? Only if you put in a red-tailed cat. You have to put in a red-tailed cat. Alright. Also, we'll put springtails on when they're going away for a few days. Nice. Yeah, that's a good idea. B-A. B. Very good. Very good. Alright, well, we'll just keep plugging away because we are slowly running out of time. Well, not slowly, quickly running out of time. Alright, H-Ra gets a B. What about Hydrocotyle Tripotita Japan? Nice clover looking aquatic plant, fast grower, does well immersed and submerged. Kind of looks like cilantro, or what do we call it in Australia? I've forgot the wrong way around. What is it called? I hate it, so I can't remember the name. Maybe I've blocked it out of my memory. Cilantro or coriander. Absolutely grimy boy. And make sure that when you get the two red tail cats, get one really big and one really small, because then the bigger one will act like the parent to the smaller one, take care of it and whatnot, and you only have to do half the work that way. Do not take that comment seriously. That's tongue in cheek. I feel like I have to put that little proviso just in case. BSCT. BSCT. Jeez. BSC. Alright, then that's another B, I think. Looks messy to me, but okay, emerged, yeah. Pennywort. Yeah, it is a type of pennywort. Small one. Coriander. Perfect. Alright, well, we've got 2 minutes to go. I don't know if any moderator has the link to Q Aquatics. Looks like this is as far as we're going to get today, unfortunately. I think it was super fun anyway. Maybe we got a bit more distracted than we usually do, but certainly fun hanging around. Maybe we'll just do one quick one. We've got Hygrophila polysperma to finish it off. This one here is the pink variety. More shrimp content coming up, taters. No worries. I can talk about some stuff. Yeah, I can queue up a shrimp content video, no worries. Thanks heaps for your support, taters. Yeah, that was amazing. Dan, that was really awesome as well. And oh no, I'm forgetting somebody. Sorry. Oh god, I'm the worst person in the world. Who was that? Oh no, I was thinking of Susan from SLC for subscribing, and thanks to Dan and Taters for signing up as members as well. Super appreciated. You're the best. And yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for everyone for the positive comments. Another plant vote next week. We can continue the game. We probably only got halfway, so. But do I want to wake up early every single week? I don't know. Maybe in a fortnight we can continue this game, if you like. Alright, looks like stem looks nice. C. B, A couple of B's, so we'll drop it up in the B. So that's going to do it for today. As always, really appreciate it. Let's head over to Q Aquatics with the hashtag planted tank, and other than that, there you go down below. Thank you everybody, you're the best. Kick off my day the right way, and I'll be walking on air for the rest of the day, so always fun hanging out, and I shall catch you on the next one. Cheers guys, enjoy your night.